Now sports with Dave Crome.
And we welcome you live to AT&T Park, where the Giants and the Rangers put in about an hour's worth of batting practice today. Got a little stretching in. Pretty much a big old media opportunity for us to take some video to send it back to you guys to see what the attitude and mood is like here at the old ballpark. And you know what? Michael Young, Josh Hamilton, going with the first group. Not that big a deal, but look who's also taking some cuts with him. It's C.J. Wilson, the Rangers' Game 2 starting pitcher. Since it's in a National League park, pitchers have to hit. He made some pretty good contact, and of course, C.J. is a Twitter fanatic. And it's funny how Twitter has taken away his butterflies because he knows that everybody outside California is actually a Rangers fan. How about that? You know, CJ is not alone with the loose attitude. Despite being on baseball's biggest stage, the Rangers were horsing around during stretching. Seemingly everybody had big white chalk marks all over their backs because the players were throwing rosin bags at each other. Well, you'd think the nerves would have set in by now, but even when they got to town, the approach just didn't change with these guys.
Yeah, we just had fun. I mean, a lot of guys spent time with their families. A lot of guys went out to eat together. Some guys played cards in the room after. I mean, nothing different than we always do. So there's no reason to change what we've done all year right now. It's been working for us, and we have the right mindset.
Well, that's a good thing to do because the Rangers do not need to have the same kind of an attitude or a panicky attitude that the actual Dallas Cowboys have right now because they got some bad news. You know, I was talking to a couple of 49er fans outside the park here today, and misery certainly loves company because both teams are 1-5. So if the Niners have to be 1-5, the Cowboys should be 1-5, right? Going back to those old days in the 90s when they're battling for the NFC championships. Oh, those were some good days out here. But Tony Romo is going to have to miss now between 6 and 8 weeks, but the good news on this deal is that he actually does not need to have surgery for that broken collarbone. His arm was in a sling last night. He'll try to get things rolling about 4 weeks from now to get some light duty and some light activity.
You know, I know that the results aren't what we'd hoped or any of you and our fans, and from that perspective it's very disappointing and disheartening. You have to just keep fighting and fighting and fighting, and when you're not able to fight, you know, when you're not able to go out there and compete, it's a tough pill to swallow, and that's something that's hard to take. And the way to get through it is to know that's part of God's plan, and you just have to trust in that and have faith.
Well, I said that we'll go as far as Romo takes us, and I meant that. But now then we've got to bring Kitney in, and we've got to take up the slack in some other areas. A lot of teams are challenged, have been challenged, are being challenged right now in the NFL to win some ball games with a different player quarterback, and we're going to have to do that.
And John Kitna is going to get his first start in nearly 3 years for the Cowboys Sunday at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Benji Molina is going to start at catcher for the Rangers coming up tomorrow. Benji's kind of in a good mood because he said today that he's thinking of retiring at the end of the season. But, you know, whether he wins or loses this series, the guy's going to get a World Series ring because he was with the Giants and then traded to the Texas Rangers. So he's going to retire a happy guy, possibly, possibly not. We'll see what happens. Now, take a look at this. It's a common theme you're going to see tomorrow. The playoff beard. Jeff Francoeur is the best one going for the Rangers, but unquestionably the one getting the most attention, hanging on the jaw of reliever Brian Wilson. Which one do you like better? Frenchie says, no contest.
He's got a nice full beard, but mine is all natural. He had to dye his, so you can take that for what it's worth. His is fuller, but mine's natural.
You know, on a much smaller scale, it was just like Super Bowl Media Day today with all these crazy questions that were going around about beards and all that stuff. The important stuff tomorrow, game number 1, Cliff Lee going for the Rangers, and we'll be here at 5 o'clock to give you any last-second news.
And both of their beards look better than Rick Springfield. We'll be close to 80 tomorrow and then cooler Thursday and Friday.
I wish I had Jeff Francoeur's beard.
Oh, but your hair's perfect.
That's right.
You know.
Trade-offs. Thanks for watching the 33 News at 9.
We'll see you guys back here tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Have a great night.